weiter durch unsere Mine in Basel. Ich bin zu alt, ich vergesse immer. Habe ich auf... Ja. Bin einfach zu alt, ich vergesse immer, ob ich auf Aufnahme gedrückt habe oder nicht. Aber habe ich.
Whew, that hits the spot. Let's get to work.
Show them what you're really capable of.
You snooze, you lose. Up to you, Reset.
One skill coming. Boost gauge and jump. Activating skill. No. Now's our chance.
Hit him fast, Fairy.
Activating skill. There. Hey, that one felt pretty good.
You did perfect, Fairy.
Art's first on this end, unleashing shard strike. Activating skill. No.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You did good, man.
There.
Und den Gegner, ich wollte fragen. Fischlein. Fischding. War meine physische Angriff nicht effektiv.
Sucker.
Ben! Activating skill. There we go.
Nice. That
This
went
could
great.
get tricky with so many. Professional, Van.
Now, let's finish the job.
Full boost. Activating
Brace
skill.
yourself.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
All you on, yes.
I suggest we strike now.
Initializing drive.
No, no.
Sucker.
Perfect chance. No. Now's our chance. Bam! Give him your all. There we go. Leave this
I'm
to
on.
me.
Nice. That went great.
You kick butt, man.
Titanium wristband.
Boost gauge fully replenished.
These things know how to put up a good fight.
Here goes.
They'll definitely put you through your paces if you take them one-on-one.
There. Ha!
Suggesting magic attacks.
There. Right. Battle's finished. We did exemplary work. I'll take it from here. There. I'm on. There.
Enemy smash shard strike. Now's your chance to deploy shards.
Auto.
Here's some extra. Reset. One skill coming right up. You're open. Perfect chance. No. Ban. Activating skill. No.
All you on, yes.
There.
Have some more.
Perfect chance.
Ja, sie wenn damit übersehen wäre. Könnte von Resident Evil sein.
Activating skill.
Sucker. They're down.
Aber welches dieser
Activating
vielen
skill.
Augen muss ich anschießen?
Activating skill. Here's some extra.
Up to you, Reset.
One skill coming right up. You're open. Do your worst.
Activating skill.
No. They're stunned. Yes.
Have some more.
Ben. Give them your all. No.
Nice. Moving on.
Diesen Gebiet.
Right. Leave this to me.
Here goes.
Here goes.
Charge attack available. Activating shards.
Reset. skill. Now's our chance. Boost gauge enhance. Miss Glow down. There. Yeah. It should be safe for now.
Nice job, Agnes.
Here I go.
I'm on it.
An enemy mark. Want to clear him out?
Gotcha. Get down.
Now's the time for stars. Look out.
This'll hurt.
All out. Give him your
Time
all.
for the.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked. I did it.
Persephone? Nee. You-Material. Nehmen wir auch.
Oh, I could do better. Here goes.
Suggesting magic attacks.
Looks like the gang's all here.
Come on, activating shards. There, yeah. No. Reset. Max, I will address you all at once. One skill. I shall end it. Boost gauge enhance. Perfect chance. Keep it up. It's working.
A chance.
Sir, I know. Work better.
All you, Agnes. Have some more.
Perfect chance. Keep it up. It's working.
Activating skill.
There we go.
A chance.
Time of your own. Here's some extra.
Nice.
That looks like a
That
nice
went
chest.
great.
You're a true professional, Van.
Action free.
Modifying your orbment, are you? I'm on it. Hurrah!
Here goes.
Don't forget about your charge attack.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now, let's finish the job.
Combat over. Processing data.
Take the stun.
Good chance to
You
deploy
snooze,
shards.
you lose. They're stunned.
Full boost.
This'll
All
hurt.
out. Give them your
Time
all.
for the
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Nice. That went great.
You kicked butt, Van. That sounded like live combat.
We must hurry.
That hits the spot.
Found him. Costre! What's that silver thing?
Detecting small-scale seismic shift.
That thing from before?
Are you alright?
Yes! You're all here.
Man, what did you just do to neutralize the traps? You paired the stun caliber and hollow style together most magnificently. The timing just happened to work. It ain't gonna be happening again. The subspecies of the abyss worm. Watch out for their chain counterattacks. Use solo skills or orbs to take them down. Are you good to go?
Yes. I can still fight. Theo, be sure to work with them.
Understood. Initiating interception protocol.
Activating shards.
Solo attacks. Porsche Max AoEs zu spammen.
Activating skill. You're open.
Oh, der ist super fair.
Perfect chance.
A boost would work here. Activating skill.
There! This is dangerous.
Du verlässt das Kampffeld. Der Kampf hat kaum angefangen und schon bist du so gut wie tot.
The rest is up to you.
Leave this to me. Time to go all out. Might want a boost here. Max boost! Keep it up. It's work. Don't mind me. One skill, right up. Miss Claudel. There. You're open.
Null.
Bring it on.
Activating skill. No.
Hit him fast, Barry.
Energy output at maximum.
You know what? Okay.
Activating skill.
Give me power.
Boost gauge limit broken.
I won't let this chance slip by. Max boost! Good luck! Initiating drive. I'll get them all at once.
Don't get cocky.
Activating drive. No! You saved me! Not getting free! That was lousy! Ha!
Nicht Paralyse kriegen? Sehr
I
schön.
won't let this chance slip by. Max boost! Yeah. Thank you.
Und es ist...
Guess I've got
Lousy.
Oh. Sehr unschön.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Oh, das ist ganz ungesund. Das ist noch kleine Heals. Kann jetzt noch was wiederbeleben, was auch richtig schön Heal hat. Dreck.
Yeah. You saved me. I will address you all at once. One skill coming right. Boost gauge enhanced. No, not now. Forgive me, everyone.
I've got this. This is dangerous.
Body's starting to feel heavy.
Some arts work better.
Yeah. Got it.
Cypher, activate.
I'm sorry.
There.
You saved me. Here goes.
Body's starting to feel heavy.
Ich nie im Leben durch.
There.
Eine dumme Idee.
Thank you.
Sag ich doch.
That was lousy.
Das ist genau die Person, die ich gerade wiederbelebt habe.
Cypher, activate.
Thank you. A chance.
Wo ist der Typ noch wiederbelebt?
I need to rest up.
Aber ich muss erst mal sehen, was ich für ihn verwende. Weiter Abstand aufbauen.
Barry.
A boost would work here. Activating skill.
Gotcha!
Nini ist schon wieder. Oh God.
You'll be sorry for that!
Give up.
Just ink me.
What a way to go.
Gott, ist der Angriff unfair.
Attack their weakness
Make
with
it
an
count.
art. Attack their weakness. Time to go all out. Give them
Time for the
boost gauge limiter unlocked. You won't get away with this.
Make it count!
going all in.
Keep it up. It's working.
Make it count!
Going all in.
Keep it up. It's working.
Make it count!
Going all in.
Keep it up. It's working.
Make it count!
Going all in.
Got it!
Too late. You're toast. Your turn now.
Some arts work
Going
better.
all in.
The rest is up
Leave
to you.
this to me. Keep it up. It's working. There we go. Miss Claudel. Time to go all out.
Going all in.
I suggest we strike now. Time to go all out.
Going all in.
I suggest we strike now. There. My sincere thanks.
Chance.
Full boost. Attack their weakness. I suggest we strike now. Time to go all out.
This'll hurt. It's over.
I'll take you on. May we proceed with
Surface
caution.
level maximum strength.
I've got this.
Boost gauge limit increased.
Keep it up. It's working.
Going all in.
I suggest we strike now. I'll round them up and
Hit 'em
Too
fast,
late.
Barry.
You're toast.
A chance.
Full boost. Go all out. I suggest we strike now. Attack their weekness with an arm.
Got a whole slew of them.
Activating skill.
Dice
Give
you
them your
up.
all.
Up to you, Reset.
Max boost.
Going all in.
One skill close. Boost gauge enhance. Do your worst. Good luck.
Boost level maximum strength.
Great circle of light. Give unto us the breath of life.
Boost gauge limit increased.
Keep it up. It's working. I suggest we strike now.
Going all in.
Flames. Time to go all out.
Ease this.
Here I go. Max boost. Time to go all Displaying info.
Going all in.
Keep it up. It's working. Time to go all out.
Going all in.
One skill coming right up. Miss Alphayed.
Going all in.
Entered output at maximum.
Flames. Full boost. Go all out. To go all Activating Shrine.
Eat this.
Bam!
Hit 'em fast, Barry.
Here goes.
Boost level. Certain arts will be more effective.
Go all out.
Certain arts will be more effective.
Strike now.
Certain arts will be more
Going all
effective.
in.
Time to go all out.
Initializing drive.
Full boost. Attack their weakness with an arm. Time to go all out.
Cypher activate.
Energy output at maximum.
Flames. Max boost.
Going all in.
Keep it up. It's working. One skill. Boost gauge enhance.
There.
Bam! There. Ha!
Warum kaputt? Gut. Sehr schön. Party status with up. Rank 3, Strength plus 10 to all party members. Er gibt gerade 1600 Erfahrungspunkte. Polo Pro. Hustle reach rank 4. Sent. Was that all of them? I believe that to be the case, yes. Oh, you heard it all, Quartre. I'm fine. I didn't realize you would all come. Sorry for causing you so much trouble. Trouble is right. At least you weren't dumb enough to come here unarmed. An orbital pulse gun, eh? And you know your way around combat from what I saw. Same with this floating thing too. Floating thing? Wow. It's adorable. You think? This little guy is named Theo. I'd love to hear more. You mind if we shift to talking about what happened? I'd heard there aren't supposed to be monsters in here. You were checking the lights, right? Well, that's weird. Were they damaged? No, they were just swapped out the other day. Plus, not just that one that's gone bad. It's happening to all of them along the tunnel. You're right. These are self-sufficient lights, but they aren't on the orbital distribution network. Exactly. Which means this kind of behavior should be impossible. So why? Get back here! Mehr Würmer? Mehr Würmer. There's more of them? This isn't good. Everyone, prepare for combat. Van! Woof.
Zeros!
Now, Albus!
Does anyone here need medical attention?
You come all the way from the capital. Nice heroic entrance there, Junior Senior Bracer.
Well, you seem fine.
Thanks for rushing over here, Zeros.
What? A black wolf? It's starting to feel like just about anything could pop up around here. I see. So that's what it is being tested
Are
here.
you okay?
Supervisor.
Phew. Guess that wraps up this little adventure then.
I'm okay now. You can let go.
You should have just waited for us to arrive instead of going ahead on your own. Oh, I suppose I can commend you for rescuing him at least. You did a bang-up job down there yourself. You got no chill every time we bump into you, but you pulled your weight back in Cray too. I'm this close to being promoted to B-rank, so I would hope I could handle this much. As for your snide little comment, you can mind your own damn business. I'm perfectly chill, thank you. You're just proving his point, you know. As for you, Quadre, why didn't you call us to let us know something was off? Everything worked out alright in the end this time, but that could have easily ended worse than it did. I'm really sorry for worrying you. I thought I could handle it without any help since I had Theo with me. Cheese and crackers. Well, as long as you're alright, that's all that matters. Real worrying that monsters that big are showing up down there though. It shouldn't be happening. Of course, orb and lights work to keep monsters away. Makes me wonder if them acting up is the cause. Is something on your mind, Quadre? Well, we saw them doing just that earlier, right? That's not the first time either. It's been happening every so often lately. They've gone out even when there was nothing wrong with the lights themselves. Or they've done things they shouldn't be able to technically do. There have been times when they've been malfunctioning 1 minute and totally fine the next. So you went down there because it was bothering you? That's more or less in line with what we've been hearing back at the guild. I don't think we can rule out a connection with what we are to investigate here either. Yeah, wish you'd told us back when we were at Vern's HQ. I'm sorry, I couldn't really mention it in front of the CEO. Thanks for this. This is all great to know, so the guild will keep it in mind too. If anything else happens, could you let us know right away? Can do. Thanks for coming all the way over here. I know you're here due to business with the Fern Company, but you should avoid any suspicious moves while you're at it. Got it, my lord. We'll be sure to follow your lead and be on our best behavior. You can't start with axing the snark. Here we go again. Well, see you later, everyone. Did you have to pick a fight with them when they just helped us out? It's fine. We're better off keeping the guild at arm's length while we're here. Well, let me just say again that I really do appreciate you coming to my rescue. But was there something you needed from me for when you called me earlier? Oh yeah, almost forgot. There was something we wanted to discuss with you actually. So you want to go inside the Institute of Science, do you? You're right that only Agnès has the authority to do that. And I wish I could help all of you get through with her, but I can't upgrade your card. You'd need to speak to this guy right here. Let me see your card. Received C-Rank ID certification. Oh, writing on it changed. You're C-Rank just like me now, which means you can go inside the Institute. We really owe you one. You sure it's okay to do stuff like this without running it by that CEO first though? Basel's run by three groups: the Fern Company, the Institute of Science, and the Artisans Guild. I'm the head of the third one, so I don't need anyone's approval but my own for stuff like this. Besides, you saved the professor's favorite youngin'. I wouldn't be fit to call myself an artisan of Basel if I didn't find some way to thank you. Supervisor. Can't argue with that. Thanks a lot. Just out of curiosity, is C as far as you can upgrade our card? You got guts on you, kid. You call yourself a Spriggan, right? Can't say I peg you as the squeaky clean type, but I've got a feeling you can do some good work where the guild can. I can bump your card's rank up to a B if I feel like you've earned it, so keep up the good work. I thought he'd be more of a stubborn old mule, but he's more lax than I gave him credit for. I think it's more he just trusts us a little. Well, his trust in you makes me feel better about helping you too. That card's all you need to get into the Institute, but how about I show you the way there? Think of it as my way of saying thank you for saving me. Are you leaving, Quadre? I am, but you're coming with me. Thanks for the help earlier, Ceres. Would you take care of things here while I'm gone? So, their names are Theo and Ceres. They are amazing. Yeah, they're like loyal animal friends straight out of a fairy tale. The black one looks rad in my opinion. I'm glad you can appreciate their brilliance. They are autonomous orbital drones based on holo AIs, if I recall. I've heard about the technology involved to create them. I didn't expect to see both a floating support type and a ground-based offensive type while in the field, however. You are very well informed. My apologies for not introducing myself sooner. I am Reset Twinings, and I am a concierge for Marduk Total Security Company. I am currently supporting Arkwright Solutions in their endeavors. Well, that explains how you know so much. But hold on, didn't you say this request was from... I thought Marduk's sponsors were cowardly at odds with the Principality. So how did you end up establishing such a bizarre group like this? I ask myself the same thing every day. Might as well resign yourself to your fate. It was clearly Arusha's guidance that brought us together. That and Mr. Arkwright's personal magnetism. How am I getting bundled with the goddess here? I guess I just have to let it go for now. Anyway, the aerotram boarding platform is this way. You'll be able to use it now that your card's been upgraded. Ist ein Laden drin? Ja.
No need to be shy now.
Was? Ich habe ja einen Berg an Quarz. Mal gucken. Können wir doch gleich mal.
you again. No need to be shy now. See you again. No need to be shy now.
Er hat noch einen, hier fehlen noch 3, hier fehlen noch 2 und hier fehlen noch 2. Erstmal hier einer. Und schon bin ich wieder arm in einigen Bereichen. Ah, 450. Oh. Aber trotzdem 3.
See you again.
Activating maintenance mode. Ooh, modifying your skill.
Nimmt das aus. Aber wen hat den noch? Wir gehen das zu anbringen.
Mode. New shard skill
Maintenance mode engaged.
Im Mute runter.
Looks like a new shard skill.
Ich mach's wieder. Reichlich HP auf allen.
Hey, Petra, mind lending me a hand sometime today?
Sure, I'll drop by again later.
That wasn't fair. You cheated. You didn't outdrive me at all. Hey, win's a win. You're such a sore loser. You always win against me. I deserve to win too. Easy, easy. I'm sorry for butting in like that. Maybe next time we can give Milia a little boost to balance it out, okay? But that wouldn't be fair either. You just want to beat him fair and square, okay? Hey, don't take it out on him for helping. Why can't you just suck it up? Ah, this is just great. Huh? Didn't expect to find one of Elaine's co-workers in an argument with some kids. He looks like he could use a hand too. Hey, fancy running into you here. What happened to the hot shit bracer I bumped into earlier? Can't break up an argument between a couple kids. You? Goddess, of all the people. If you just want to laugh at me, you can do that later. I'm on official business, so get lost. No, not at all. I apologize if we are interrupting you. It's just that you looked like you were in need of help. So, what are you two arguing about? We heard a bit of the conversation, but could you fill us in? We race each other with RC cars a lot. But Milia's way too good a racer, so she usually wins. She really whooped me today, so I was down in the dumps. But then this really cool bracer came over and offered to help. Well, aren't you a model bracer, huh? The kids love you. I headed back to the guild after I ran into you guys. But then I came across these two after I started my rounds. The boy's car is a Lino land carrier, just like the one we use at the guild. I can't deny it got me a little curious. One thing led to another and I kinda lent him a hand. Huh, didn't know they made RC versions of those. I dig it. Even the little tykes can wheel these around. Wait, hold on a second. Is that a Nightbreaker? Oh, now you mention it, yeah. It looks exactly like your car, just a different color. They make radio-controlled versions of those too? Yep, they do. I'm a big fan of this model. Hey, you know what's up. When it comes to power, you can't beat an Ingrid. Oh yeah, totally agree with you. What am I watching? So yeah, today was just different. I followed the advice the bracer gave me and I won. I actually won. I beat her for the first time in forever. But Milia's being a real sore loser about it. I beat her fair and square. You didn't beat me fair and square. You had a coach. I've always beaten you all by myself. But now I'm supposed to accept I lost because you got an adult to help you? How is that fair? Oh nein, ich sehe schon, wo das hingeht. Nein, können wir das nicht tun. Oh, come on. It sucks losing all the time. Just let me have this. Beat me by yourself first. If you're happy to cheat, Then go race in the Cheaters Club. You can win all you want there. Hey, you want to say that again? Look, I'm sorry. I realize in retrospect that I shouldn't have gotten involved. Yeah, this is how it's been for the last minute or so. Yeah, that's a bit of a conundrum, isn't it? I got an idea, actually. How do you feel about pairing up with me, young lady? Elvis takes the boy, and then we've got a perfectly fair 2-on-2 rematch. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah, that works for me. With an adult on my side, too, it'll actually be fair. Excellent idea, Mr. Arkwright. This should help them raise each other more fairly. Okay, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Guess a broken clock's right twice a day. I see right through you, though. You don't just do things out of the kindness of your heart. You've got an ulterior motive, don't you? No. My intentions are as crystal clear as that pickup's paint job. I just don't like seeing my favorite truck lose a rigged race. That's all there is to it. Man, justice. You know, that toes a fine line between genuine swagger and just idiocy. Yeah, he does that. Well, that works for me. I guess if I saw the squint, I can see your point. So, how do you two feel about it? Does that sound good? Sign me up. I want to show him who's boss. It'll be me and him versus the two of you. Me too. Last time wasn't just a fluke. Watch. Alright, we've got ourselves a match. I won't lose this time. Uh-huh. Prove it. That's a relief. The kids are calmed down now that we've figured out a resolution to all this. And now I'm indebted to a Spriggan of all people. Don't let this go to your head, you hear? This doesn't even register on my balance sheet. Just don't hold back, you hear? I'm not going easy on you. This is about more than just you and me, or those two kids. It's Lino versus Ingrid. And us Ingrid fans, we don't take a loss lying down. Yeesh. You're way more into this than I am. But hey, you've got a point. This is a chance to settle our differences for good and all. So you know what? Bring it. Wow, everyone's really pumped for this. Fan can't help himself when it comes to cars, as we are all aware. It would be nice if this helped him get along better with Elvis too. We should start by finding a suitable race course. What did you use for your match earlier? It was right here, just a really straight and narrow sprint. I do think we should go somewhere else. We need a proper circuit for this. Yeah, something nice and open. I want that too, but I don't know where. There aren't many open spaces where we won't be getting in anyone's way. I might have an idea, actually. I know a venue that might be willing to host us. I'm not 100% sure, but it's worth asking. Follow me, everyone. I'll see if I can get permission. Come on. Sure, I'm in. Great. To Newtown then. That's where this venue is.
Well, we're on the clock now.
Alright, I think I gotcha. Do you want a venue for your RC race? Yes, the pavilion has hosted RC races in the past, if memory serves. Would you be willing to lend us an event space for a race of our own? Now it's making sense. Well, how could I refuse a request from you, Quatre? I'll talk to the administrator and see what I can do. Our schedule's pretty quiet right now, so they shouldn't have a problem with it. Let's make this the best race you've ever seen. Yay, thank goodness. Now I really can't wait. Huh? Didn't think you had inroads with the pavilion. Nice job calling in those IOUs, Quatre. They do come in handy. I should specify though, this is more for me. The pavilion works closely with the Institute and the workshop, so we are all acquainted. Out of curiosity, what kinds of RC cars are you bringing? I'll be using my Lino Land Carrier. And I've got an Ingrid Nightbreaker pickup. Oh wow! Lino and Ingrid, seriously? What? That a problem? What's with the alarm? You know those makes, right? I'm a Lino employee who has loved this company for 20 years. I'm an Ingrid employee. And a fanatic in my own right. Gott. Das ist viel größer als es sein müsste für funkferngesteuertes Autorennen. And Petra and I get a little spirited when we debate over the two. We'll have a drink and some snacks and just go to town. If this is a battle between Lino and Ingrid, then we have to treat this seriously. You bet. This is company pride we're talking about. Oh yeah? This race has big implications, way beyond just RC stuff. It's two bitter rivals going at it. And for those youngins, that can make or break their brand allegiance. It's serious stuff. That sounds a bit extreme. I really don't think it's quite that important. Yeah, they've lost me. Oh, I have an idea. We have some aftermarket parts over in the storehouse. I'll let you two have a sneak peek on me. Don't tell anybody, okay? Oh, would you mind giving us some time to work out the track? We want to make sure it's perfect as can be. Oh, by all means. Yeah, thanks a lot. A few minutes later. I'll go over the rules one more time, just to be safe. Team Dick and Team Milia will compete in a 2-on-2 relay format. After 2 laps, the first racer will hand the controls to the second. They will complete 2 more laps for 4 total. The finish line will be right here at the start, understood? So, Dick and Milia will lead off their respective teams. Yeah, then Van and Elvis will compete against each other in the second leg. I'm getting really excited. Who's gonna win? Racers, on your marks. Get set, go! Man, they are really fired up. You said it. I'm glad they are having fun. Wait, why am I being all buddy-buddy with you? We're not allies anymore. We're enemies. Sure. Wieso ist es immer Autorennen in dem Spiel? Warum ist es in dem Ableger immer Autorennen? With that, the race was off on a thrilling start. Milia climbed out to an early lead with her Nightbreaker. But after negotiating the turns, Dick's land carrier began to catch up down the long straight. It swapped out its stock motor for an aftermarket sport engine boasting much stronger acceleration. The track favored straight line speed with its series of straight waves, allowing Dick to pull ahead of Milia after the first lap. Not to count Milia out, she closed the gap in the corners with her skillful driving. She had cut the deficit, but she still lagged behind Dick's souped-up machine as their leg of the race came to a close. I'm leading, Elvis. I did it! You sure did. Leave the rest to me, buddy. Dang it. You win this round, Dick. Go get him, Van. You got it. Gave you some nice momentum to work with. With the third lap underway, Van and Elvis tested their mettle. I should have expected as much from a Lino employee's special customization. They really understand this thing's unique qualities. Same here. But neither side has a clear advantage. There's no ace in the hole. What the? Sorry to interrupt. Both of these cars are designed to go off-road, so what's the point in keeping them on the road? Paved roads are hardly their natural habitat, so we decided to spice up the track a bit. This puts every facet of your cars to the test. Oh, that's rad. You guys know how to put on a race. Wow, that's so cool. Man, I wish I could have raced on this. I wonder how I'd have done. Okay, build up a little lead here. Gotta protect that, no mistakes. How do I want to go about this? That cardboard's a big old roadblock, but I'm already behind. What's the play here? I can't risk a flip here. You drive like my mom. You won't close the gap like that. But the off-road bit coming up next. This is gonna be good. LC's Judy's roads for breakfast. I can push my grip on the surface, but I can't afford to give up any ground either. Do I hold steady or do I punch it? Let's flip the car. Ah, shoot. You sweating there, Spriggan? On the ropes? There's the curve coming up. The inside line is less distance, but he's gonna want it too. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Ja, gib mir den Schubs. Oh no, you don't. That corner's mine. Tch, he's good. But the bottom covered up in that case. What the? How'd you get that? That even allowed? Yo, this is sick. Wonder if I can get one of those for my truck. Don't you whine to me about the rules. Anything goes, right? Huh? I've never seen a part like that. Wow, he's really proud of that. He was off chatting with Chamberlain about something earlier. I suppose that's what it was. You're sitting on that one for a while, huh? But how? I swapped the motor and everything. All four of you really put on a show there. But in the end, only one team can be the winner. On with the results. Nino versus Ingrid. The winner of this white-hot relay RC race is the Lino team, led by Captain Dick. We did it! We actually beat her! Thank you so much, Elvis. You're an amazing driver. Hey, it wasn't all me, buddy. You did pretty good yourself. Phew. Well, I gave her my best shot. I had plenty of fun though. Me too. I've never been this pumped up for a race before. And I learned a lot from how you drive. But I want to race you again, Dick. One-on-one. What's that? You want to lose again? Well, sure. Well, that was quite the show. I wasn't expecting to end up so invested. Yeah, but I think we've hogged the pavilion long enough with that. Let's bounce. Yeah, I should get back to my rounds. Okay, let's head back to the artisanal district and race there. Yeah, good idea. Well, I'm glad they've mended things. It's like that big fight from before never happened. That ballooned a bit, didn't it? But hey, all's well that ends well. I really owe you guys for that. That's our line. How could we say no to a race between two of the auto industry's biggest rivals? Mobile cars aren't just machines. They are the future. They are something that kids and adults both can appreciate. That race was exactly what the Motor Pavilion is all about. Spreading the choice of motoring to all. Come on back sometime, will ya? The Grand Prix may have ended, but Dick and Millia still hungered for racing. Ben and company saw them back to the artisanal district, and then made for the Institute.
That's a wrap.
Reward deposited.
Ich glaube, schlechter konnte das fast gar nicht laufen.
What's next? Ladder launch.
Nichts mehr. No.
This is the Aerotram, operated by the city of Basel. Whoa, we're so high up.
This is kinda nice.
It's the kind of thing you'd only find here. Professor Hamilton designed this, right?
Oh, I'm impressed you knew.
Is something wrong?
Not at all. It's just that while I've heard about everything here, seeing the whole world with your own eyes for the first time is without doubt an unparalleled experience.
Hmm? I know what you mean. I feel the same way after diving into the world of a good book for the first time.
Here we are, the Basel Institute of Science, the place where much of the Republic's most cutting-edge research gets done. It's situated in such a beautiful location too. The views of the canyon from here are just stunning. Yeah, this area is supposed to be popular with tourists for exactly that reason, though even they need a card right now. This isn't that bad of a spot to sightsee, I guess, but there's no real place to live it up in town. Oh, speaking of tourism, what's that rounded building over there? I've been wondering this whole time. It's the Astronomy Observatory. It's a place where you look at the stars, right? That's right. There's a very powerful telescope there that lets you see far more of them than you could with the naked eye. There are many who believe that astronomy is the discipline from which all others draw their roots, even if the others disagree. It actually originated in the Central East, if you didn't know. Wow, really? Pretty sure they were big on stargazing in that fallen empire to the east back in the day, too. This is turning out to be very educational. Huh? So, where would you like to start? I'd be happy to show you around if you want. Nah, it's fine. We're just gonna wander around for a while and see what we find. If you can tell us where the main facilities and research labs are, that'd be plenty. Well, if you're sure, they are marked on the building's map already, but here you go. Well then, I've got work of my own to take care of, so I'll get going for now. If anything comes up, you're always welcome to contact me on my cipher. Thanks. Aw, I was hoping we could stay with him longer. He knows so many cool things. I feel the same way, but it would be difficult. Yeah, he's just gonna get in the way when we start poking our noses around in dark places. I doubt we're gonna get any new 4 SPGs here, but here's hoping we can learn more about this abusive professor, whatever they are. Let's get to work. Remember to act casual and not make it obvious what we are here for. Understood.
This campus is just as big as I expected.
Let's take a look around. Gotta check out all the spots that kid mentioned. Can we talk?
Professor abusing their authority, you say? It's a bit of a stretch to me, not gonna lie. I can say for certain that Professor Cronkite and Professor Teil would never do that. It can't be them. Oh? What makes you so sure of that? Well, now Professor Cronkite's a man of few words, so he can come across as kinda scary. But he means well, really. I mean, he's one of the greatest minds of our time. He lives and breathes science. And then Professor Teil is just really friendly to everybody. He's always looking out for people. He's known the world over for his work in civil engineering and urban planning. The Basel Institute of Science certainly earns its reputation. Its faculty are all accomplished scientists and engineers in their own right. Yep, lots of famous people come to study and lecture here. Professor Callahan's a real celebrity too. He's a real whiz when it comes to mechanical engineering. He's the brain behind the military's new weapons. Last I heard though, his new big proposal got shut down in favor of someone else's. He didn't really take that very well. But he's bounced back, from what I can tell. He's really putting his all into his new project. I'm really humbled to get to work with so many hardworking and talented people. Hardworking and talented people can still be assholes? Are they good people, is what we are asking. Could you maybe have phrased that a little less aggressively? Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. You were a big help. Was denn?
Tasty.
Everybody's gotta eat, right? What'll it be for today? Thanks a bunch.
Let me ask you something.
Workplace harassment? Goodness. I've heard these bits and pieces, but I'm a bit nervous to talk about it. We won't tell anyone, don't worry. Anything helps. I've heard loud shouting from one of the other labs, yes. It stunned me out of the work I was doing. I heard stuff like, "You idiots, can't you do anything right?" And "You're a disgrace to the Institute. Get out!" He's just lashing out at everything and everyone now. It's really disturbing. Which professor was the one doing that? I just can't say it, sorry. If they find out it was me, I'd have hell to pay. It's really gnawing at me. The abuse is only getting worse and worse from what I'm told. I've heard the words fatigue, depression, exhaustion, even a couple researchers fainting on the job. That whole department looks visibly shaken these days. The stress is just too much for them. I worry they'll all end up like Cindy. Cindy? What happened to her? She's at her breaking point from what I hear. I hardly see her at the Institute anymore. We've all been trying to support her however we can, but it's rough. It really is. Damn. Yeah, that's not good. Who's the professor helping her out of curiosity? That would be Professor Esmeralda. She's in the bioengineering department. She's known the world over for her cutting-edge research. A real upstanding woman. She's always up to her neck in her own work, though. She probably doesn't know the extent of the abuse at the other labs. Yeah. Thanks for filling us in. This still helps us a lot. Oder? Okay. Sind die Treppen nach oben? Ja. Leichte Orientierungsschwierigkeiten.
Let me ask you something.
Huh? Our tripping professor, you say? Well, if it were anybody, I'd put my money on Cronkite. He's awfully quick to dismiss people. Haughty in a word. Kind and helpful aren't exactly synonymous with him, at least, from what I've seen and heard. I see. Have you heard anything about any of the other professors that might relate to these allegations? Let me think now. Well, I can't see Professor Aurelie doing anything like that. She's just a bundle of sunshine, not a mean bone in her body. Sometimes I can even see her in here picking up research materials for her students. Then there's Professor Callahan. He always made a point of helping out his assistants. He's certainly not a bad person in my view, but he's gotten a bit of a bad rap after his work went south. Thank you for sharing your experience. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. We greatly appreciate it. Alright, I think we've combed this area over pretty well now. Let's go sit down somewhere and try piecing things together. I recommend an open space at the front of the Institute grounds. I saw some benches there that we could use. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, we about ready to sit down and get cracking? Well, that was pretty good. We got our hands on some nice info there. We learned a lot of professors' names too. There's Professor Callahan, the Engineering Science Authority, Professor O'Reilly in the Chemistry Department, Professor Cronkite, a well-respected expert in physics and orbital engineering, and Professor Teil, an architectural researcher. And then one Professor S. Murray, over in bio. They all sounded really capable. But of course, the stat sheets don't tell the whole story. They all sounded like oddballs in their own right. I think we can pretty safely narrow the perp down to one of those 5. Fliege? Zack. Ja, die Fliege geht zack, musst du mir nicht sagen. I agree. We have pretty strong evidence to suggest that. Alright, let's take our evidence from the top then. All the people we talked to, all the testimonies, they all had this one thing in common. Ah, I see what you mean. Das nicht. Es kamen viele Namen, aber wirklich nennen wollten die keiner. Not a single one named the culprit. Some of those guys knew who it was, but it kept sounding like they were too scared to name him. Would have made our job a hell of a lot easier if they just named the guy, but nope. Yeah, now that you mention it, that is kinda weird. I can understand not wanting to be labeled a snitch, but it felt like there was more to it than that. They were afraid of the culprit, but you could tell they respected them too. They didn't want to sully this professor's good name. And some people said that guy wasn't always like that. Something changed them. Probably the conflict over the proposal we heard about. Something about hard feelings. That one guy said they had to crunch after the proposal fell through. Telltale sign of abuse to me. That does seem likely, though we can't say for certain what changed the professor's behavior. That would be a reasonable explanation. That said, no circumstance justifies such an abuse of power and status. This professor is truly incorrigible. So, that's who you think the culprit is? Yeah, you ask me, there's only one professor who fits the bill. Professor Callahan's our guy. He's one of the foremost authorities on engineering science, perhaps the smartest man in the whole field. I've seen him in the papers plenty of times before. He's always described as a savant, notably he helped modernize the military's weapons and equipment. But he's got revenge on the mind, sounds like. Some other professor one-upped him and that's got him pissed. I get it sucks, but you'd think a world-renowned scientist would be less childish about it. You'd know a thing or two about acting like a child, wouldn't you? I don't know. You usually call me a grandpa. Which is it, bud? Is now the time. So, what do we do now? We have all the recordings of the people we talked to. That all points to Professor Callahan being the suspect. So, what's our next move? Do we hunt down our client next and give them the tapes? Nah, I'm thinking we get Professor Callahan's opinion on it without accusing him directly. We nudge him in the right direction and he might just turn himself in. What do you mean? Simple. We tell him about these abuse rumors going around. we talk about all these exhausted students, and he connects the dots on his own. Failing that? Well, we already know it's him. He's bound to figure out his reputation's on the line. The more he hears about this, if he's smart, he'll fess up. So that's what we do. We give him a subtle little nudge, and he does all the work Elzheim wanted for us. 2 birds with 1 stone, right? It sounds really scheming. I'm not so sure we're the good guys all of a sudden. Well, he's a Flieger. It is a quintessential Spriggan-like way of solving problems. Fine by me. To the Power Tripper's lab then. Actually, where is it? I don't remember seeing it while we were taking our tour. I suspect it's in the special research building. We'd need some form of clearance to enter, of course. We passed by a door with a guard in front earlier. They won't let any ordinary civilian inside. I suspect we would need an A-rank card at the very least. It was hard enough for us to get a C-rank card. I think getting an A-rank one is off the table. What should we do then? Maybe wait for him to leave the building and ambush him? Nah, old Van's the man with a plan. All that matters is that we get inside the building. Doesn't matter how we do it. And being a Spriggan, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Van? You're kinda scaring me with that smile there. We defer to you. What's your strategy, Master Spriggan? So first, we just roll on up to the building like anybody else would. Once we get there, we convince the guard to let us in. Just act naturally and we're golden. Excuse me, is this where we can find Professor Callahan? We're here to speak with him. Right, yes. May I see your card, sir? Of course. Van handed over his certification card. C rank. I'm sorry, but I can't let you in without the proper security clearance. If you don't mind me asking, what business do you have with him to begin with? Glad you asked. We're here on behalf of the Principality of Elzheim. We figured there was an appointment for us, but we just now found out they didn't set anything up. Sorry for the inconvenience. We wanted to inquire about Professor Callahan's new research. It's caught our investors' interest. His findings have seismic implications. Even the sci-fi revolution would be small potatoes compared to this. So we looked into meeting with him and collaborating on his research. Only to learn that Marduk was interested in the same thing. So now we've got ourselves a three-way partnership here. I am here on the Marduk company's behalf. I am a concierge and their employee. So, you're meeting with him to discuss a grant. Is that right? I'm a bit surprised to hear both Elzheim and Marduk are collaborating on this. But, well, stranger things have happened, I guess. I apologize for the inconvenience. That said, who are these children with you? Surely they are not employees. Pardon? I'm not a kid, I'm just short. They are associates of an Elzheim VIP, pardon them. They are here on Elzheim's behalf as well, so they were looking to sit in on our meeting. This is a little awkward though. We came all the way from Elzheim just to get turned away at the door on a technicality. I'm not sure what to tell them when we get back home. I really am sorry, there's clearly been some kind of a mix-up here. Your arrangement might have been lost in this shuffle, with all the Aramis students visiting. You must have been issued the same rank card as them by mistake. I'll go clear this up with Professor Callahan. 1 minute, please. Of course, we'll be waiting. You sure you're okay with him calling your bluff? Of course. Who's he to turn down grant money? That ain't what we're really here for, but he just has to take the bait. Thank you for your patience. The professor would like to meet with you at once. Go right in. Thank you very much. I can't believe you managed to deceive your way past someone again. Hey, nothing I said was a lie. Not my fault if someone else takes what I said the wrong way. Bet you tell yourself that every single time, huh? Yeah, you must be a real pro at this. I mean, It's not something to be proud of. As your sudden embarrassment suggests. I wish you would at least stop to think about the bad influence you might be having on Fairy.
So you're trying to blame all of this on me, are you?
Not at all. I'm in no way trying to suggest your latest research is the cause. If anything, the approach you're taking with your latest project rather fascinates me.
Does it now?
That being said, work on my own project has reached a critical juncture. I cannot afford any issues with net traffic at this time.
That certainly sounds like blame to me, Cronkite. You may be one of Professor Hamilton's students, but that doesn't give you the right to...
So sorry for the delay. Oh? Who the devil are you? This is a restricted area, you know. Not to worry, we have permission to be here. Could either of you direct us to Professor David Callahan's office? Ah, you are the ones I just heard about. We are finished here, Cronkite. Now, if you would all follow me. Gang, Professor Cronkite and Callahan. Huh? Funny running into you guys here. Whoops. You could say the same thing. Mr. Arkwright, do you have business here? Roderick, what are you doing here, Celestin? And who are these people with you? They are students here on an educational visit from the capital. I've been assisting them during their stay. Professor Cronkite was gracious enough to extend us an invitation to visit him when we happened to see each other in town. So we asked Mr. Celestin if he could lead the way. I do not believe I invited anyone but you, nor did I imply we should meet quite this soon. But I suppose chasing you away here would be more work than just humoring you. Very well, follow me. Really? It would be nothing short of incredible to see your work up close, Professor Cronkite. Well, we'll get out of your hair now. We apologize for the interruption. I can see that you are very busy, but it would be a pleasure to speak more on another occasion, Professor Callahan. Oh? I suppose that can be arranged. Must be nice to have enough free time to spend on such frivolous nonsense as educational visitations. Well, come with me. I want to make this brief. Of course, Professor.
Wait! I'd like to listen in on this conversation too, if you don't mind. As their guide, I suspect it has everything to do with me.
Take a 10-minute break. Do not return late.
Yes, Professor. Excuse us.
As you know, my name is David Callahan. I believe you're here to talk about Elsyme and Marduk investing in my research. That makes for a very interesting combination, if you don't mind me saying. What exactly led to this?
That's what you were told. There seems to have been a misunderstanding then. We are currently working for Elsyme, and we do have a Marduk employee with us, but that's all. What? We are currently in the middle of an investigation, you see. And the lead happened to bring us here. Wanted to follow up on a rumor that some extreme abuse of power has been taking place in the laboratory here. That's the face of a guy who's got something to tell. Who asked you to investigate this? Couldn't tell you, didn't leave their name, but they did tell us all about what's been happening. We've heard all about the ridiculous workloads and insane hours they and their colleagues have been forced to endure. About how they are never allowed any rest, are woefully underpaid, and how they receive vicious, constant verbal abuse from their superior. Even to the point that someone collapsed from overwork and has been driven to the brink of suicide. That's just... We have all the testimony and evidence we need to act if that's what it comes to. But we thought it better to come and hear your thoughts first. Excuse me? It's not too late to turn things around. So many people we spoke to were quick to say that you weren't always like this. Imagine how they almost had trouble believing just what you'd become. We could see how afraid people are of you now, and how they dislike what you've become. But at the same time, we could see how deeply they respect you too. We are not heroes of justice like the cops or the guild. We are just about finding common ground and putting things to right. Long as you are willing to work with us, we can... That is enough! Don't talk to me about respect and then immediately resort to blackmail. I cannot believe one of my assistants would try to set me up like this. Unbelievable. I give them a golden chance to help me obtain glory beyond their imagination, and this is how they choose to repay me? How could you say that? You know we've got evidence of what you're doing, right? Sure you want to pick this fight? Do what you will with your evidence. All I have to do is cover it up. No one's going to believe some lowly assistants over an esteemed professor. Professor. I am two mere steps away from completing my research, and they pick now to sabotage my efforts? Very well. Then damn the human cause. I'll start working them to the bone to make up for their...
Just listen to yourself, Professor! What has gotten into you? You used to be so kind and supportive. Professor Hamilton held you in such high regard. Even though I was one of her students, you would still take the time to look after me. I just can't understand why all you do lately is spit in the face of her achievements.
Quatre. I suspected as much.
Sorry. That's a private matter between us. But please, at least stop and think about how you're treating the people who work under you. They took their positions because they dreamed of being like you. Don't belittle them or their work.
Salesian. Don't tell me what I can and can't do, you third-rate apprentice!
Quatre. What do you think you're doing? Listen, asshole.
You're talking to the famous David Callahan, the preeminent scholar of engineering science and military technology, who has long upheld the very foundation of this nation's national defense. I've had enough of youngsters like Cronkite and Esmeralda acting like they're above me after all I've achieved. My latest research will propel Calvert to even greater heights, change the power balance of the entire continent. Why can no one understand just how much of a privilege it is to help with that?
Professor.
Well, you're free to have whatever lofty goals you want. But I think we've had our 10 minutes, don't you? Oh? We came here to explain the situation and offer a solution we thought would benefit everyone. You're welcome to try and cover up all the evidence and testimonies we've gathered, but I promise you, it ain't gonna be easy. If you're as close to this revolution as you claim to be, then I'd give it another thinking through if I were you. I am done wasting time with you. I will be raising the issue of your illegal trespassing and appalling brazenness with Mr. Townsend. I admit that I may have been a little too harsh. But as long as you intend to cling to Professor Hamilton instead of aiming for something more, I have no interest in you. Unless you now see the benefits of developing your talents under me after all, I would wager that would be a far better use of your time than waiting like a little girl for an old woman who's long gone. Excuse me? Quatre, pardon us.
Like a little girl.
There you are.
So this is what it looks like inside, huh?
It's so cool seeing the observatory. Is that the telescope?
That's right. Professor Hamilton had it specially made.
I'm sorry you had to witness that earlier, but I'm impressed you knew where to find me. Just had a feeling. We're happy to forget what we saw as long as you forget about us forcing our way into the research building. Van, behave. You can go ahead and have a seat over there. I'll go make us some tea. There aren't actually any astronomy professors here. Not at the moment. I'm the only one who comes here every day right now. But there was a time when quite a few researchers and students who all adored Professor Hamilton would come. Even Professor Callahan would from time to time. Oh. He never used to be like he is now. He's always seen Professor Hamilton as a rival, sure. But it used to be the friendly kind of rivalry that was beneficial to both sides. He taught me so much too. You really must have changed then. Yeah, from that to the uptight, abusive asshole we saw earlier, some kind of fall. Professor Hamilton left the Republic 2 years ago, if I recall. And you're one of her students? That's right. I owe more to her than I can ever hope to repay. I've been looking after the observatory and her house since she left the country. Though I think it's debatable whether I'm doing a good job of it. The CEO of Vern, Mr. Townsend, is also one of the directors on the Institute's board. And he told me that he's considering shutting this place down because so few people are using it. Oh no. So that's why you've been doing all kinds of miscellaneous tasks to score points with him? That's awful. I really am sorry about earlier though. I ended up interfering in your investigation by jumping in, didn't I? If I hadn't said anything, don't sweat it. We ended up getting some useful info out of that whole outburst. My guess is you've noticed this by now too. But his piss-poor attitude isn't the only bad thing going on with him. You really think so? I have the same feeling. It would explain why someone so respected has stooped to such irrational behavior. Feels like the question is, what is he trying to do that he's willing to go so far off the deep end for it? The computer hardware in his laboratory was state-of-the-art. I suspect he's using it to perform vast calculations. The kind that would be equally difficult to properly manage. I agree. I've never seen a simulation of this extent before, and it seemed even that wasn't getting the results he wanted. He couldn't be. No, but that would... I see now. Well, we'd better keep an eye on that guy for a while. We ain't in Basel for that long, but we're gonna be here for the next couple of days at least. Feels like we can afford to scratch each other's backs a bit, yeah? Whether the CEO wants us to or not. Alright. I do have my doubts about you, but I believe that Agnes is worthy of my trust. So if anything comes up, I'll be sure to let you know. You keep what the professor left behind safe, if nothing else. Nothing comes from not being honest with yourself, you know? We'll be counting on you, Quatre. Sure seems like he's being honest with himself to me. Not trusting you's the right call. Oh, you are very much in the same boat with how boorish you are. Excuse me? You trying to pick a fight, kiddo? That's only proving my point, you know? Are you interested in the telescope? I was just wondering what it's like, that's all. Only just past 5 o'clock, so we won't be getting a great view of the stars quite yet. But come with me. You still might be able to get a good view of the great... Shut up! Scatter! Triangle. Whatever. Really? Yay! Of course, the two kids of the group would hit it off. Also still a damn kid from my perspective. By the way, Agnes. Was it just me, or did you seem surprised by something when that professor was shouting up a storm? It wasn't just you. Cannot believe one of my assistants would try to set me up like this. Unbelievable. I give them the golden chance to help me obtain glory beyond their imagination, and this is how they choose to repay me? Natürlich. Das Sega leuchtet mal wieder. So, I picked then of all times to shine. Not doing it now though. Do you think it could just be a coincidence? You gotta wonder. Not like it'd be the first time it's shown at an odd time. Like when we first ran into Grimcat.
Whoa! What's this room for? Odette? What brings you all here? Found you! We've been looking for all of you. We couldn't find you anywhere in the main building, so we wondered if you might be here.
Sorry for putting you guys out.
Well, not all of us are here for you.
So this is their giant telescope. I've seen one in the Imperial Museum too, but it's so cool.
Oh! Can we take a look through it?
It's nice seeing this place this lively again. It's been so long.
Well, we'll be going back to our hotel now. Sure thing, try not to stay up too late just because no one's keeping an eye on you. That telescope was amazing though, wasn't it? I wish we could have had another look through it before we left. How about you come and walk around with us some on the last day, Fairy? We'd love to have you. Really? Your work sounds amazing, so I'd like that a lot. I'll just leave playtime to the kids then. I'm more in the market for a place catered to adults. Hey, you want to join in on the fun for us? I would never want to go to such a place. It sounds like it'd be kind of fun in its own way. It was nice to finally meet the famous Rosette too. Maybe we could talk some more another. Oh, yes, I would like that very much indeed. Yay, then it's happening. Did you notice? Yeah, you managed to learn anything on your end? I'm afraid not. We heard something interesting from the genius professor, but that's about it. I'm not going to have much free time here, however, so I'm going to have to leave it to that nose of yours this time. Dumping all the work on me, huh? Great. Ah, here's the tram. Then we bid you all farewell. I should be able to meet you tomorrow morning at around 8 o'clock. I know it's a little early for good nights, but I hope you all have fun regardless. Same to you. See you tomorrow. Sleep tight. So, what's eating away at you, phony mate?
Huh?
Is something up? Can't hide a thing from him.
I should have realized I wouldn't be able to keep my concerns a secret. To tell you the truth, I'm getting a peculiar sense of deja vu from what's happening here in Basel.
Deja vu? Your main job's being a concierge, but you also handle crisis management all over the country, right? So which does this OrbMnet and distribution network issue make you think of more? Liberal 6 years ago or Crossbell 4 years ago?
You're proving perceptive and knowledgeable beyond belief.
I'm sure I've heard both of those things before, but... yeah, I think Xiao's mentioned them at some point too. The former was all was when all orbital power was shut off by the appearance of an ancient floating city. The latter was when the orbital network was used to perform a man-made miracle. I never witnessed them firsthand, so there's a lot of gaps in what I know. But both were caused by things you wouldn't think could exist. Man, I'd think you'd made both events up if I didn't know better. I know what happened a year and a half ago in Crossbell, and that's just as batshit crazy on paper. Oh, when the whole continent was hacked, or whatever the word is.
I'm afraid I can't answer most of your questions because they would contain classified information. However, I believe this may end with a crisis different from the ones that Mr. Arkwright mentioned.
Huh? Well, Miss Perfect's Genesis started glowing again. There's bound to be something. No way this ends without giving us a headache. Yeah, we're gonna need to be ready for trouble. You gotta head out somewhere now, right? I'll come with you if you want.
Again, you are perceptive beyond belief.
You might have only met in person recently, but I've known you for a real long time now. Whenever you stumble on a major problem brewing, you gotta report it to HQ, right?
Correct. What is happening here certainly falls under Code E of our regulations. But I see no harm in having someone with me during my report. We could also patrol the area at the same time. Does that sound all right?
More than alright. Let's get going. Wait. Not just you two here, you know? Don't even think of leaving us out. I don't mind taking one of you, but the other's gonna have to stay behind. Someone will need to be available if Agnes or that boy we met decide to call. Right, that makes sense. Fine, then come on, who are you taking? Aaron, du bleibst einfach zu Hause. Das ist dein ewiges Laster. So, where do you have to go to give your report? The company's headquarters isn't even in Calvert, is it? There's a bit of a process involved for security reasons. For starters, we need to leave the city toward the canyon. This needn't take priority over any other work you would like to do, however. I see now. Got it. We'll head over once we've walked around a little then. Da. Da ist einmal Info SPG. Was haben wir?
What have we got?
UA testing. Again. I finished the latest version of my AR mystery game, and I'd love for you to test it out. If you solve all the puzzles and give me your thoughts on the experience, I'd be happy to reward you. I'll be waiting at the tunnel in the artisanal district. Hey buddy. So this way leads down a mine, does it? That would make an excellent backdrop for a game, but nah, it's probably too dangerous down there. Hey there, Arkwright Solutions, you had a request for us? Well, I didn't expect you to help me out again, thank you. Figured we'd at least hear you out. What's got you all the way out in Basel, anyhow? Especially all the way out here in the dark. You ain't up to something shady, are you? Oh, I'm just scouting locations for my new game. It has a mystery theme, so it only makes sense for it to be dark and secretive. Let's get down to business then, if that's alright with you. I worked with a really bright friend of mine on this concept, so if I can iron out the kinks, I'm sure it'll be a hit. You'll solve a series of puzzles, all while using these special gimmicks that fit Basel hand in glove. Oh, what kind of gimmicks? Well, it would spoil the fun if I just told you. Here, have this leaflet. Let's see here. Urgent message from HQ. Catch the rogue hacker on the loose in Basel. HQ will track the target's movements and relay them to you ASAP. All transmissions will be sent in code to avoid leaking information. Decode the messages and apprehend the hacker. Secret agents, huh? Alright, I'll bite. And decoding our messages forms the puzzles aspect of the game. Exactly. Sounds fun, right? I think we really knocked it out of the park with this one. So what do you think? Interested in giving it a shot? Shoot, buddy. Sure. We got our other work taken care of. Why not? Awesome. I was hoping you'd be up for it. Let me put your names down under the tester group real quick. There's another tester working through the game right now. Go see if you can solve the puzzle before they do. I see. I didn't realize we weren't the only testers at the moment. Yeah, I'm sending applications all over the place. My other tester started just a few minutes ago. I've got a special reward for whoever beats the game first, so good luck. Well, now we gotta win. Well, good luck. I'll be watching from the sidelines to make sure everything's running smoothly. And there he goes. So now what? We don't even have our first message yet. This is true. He did say that HQ would send us messages, but how? HQ to Spriggan. We found traces of the hacker in the artisanal district. Investigate the suited triad. Oh, I don't recognize this address at all. I think it really is him. This first riddle should be easy to solve. I imagine it's like a warm-up. Makes sense. Let's get cracking then. Suited triad. What?
Understood.
Understood.
Right.
This is the Aerotram, operated by the city of Boston.
Oh. Well, if there ever were a suited triad, this would be it. Not the easiest first riddle in the world. There are chimneys everywhere around here. Indeed. It does make sense for a district this industrious. And it looks like we're not the first to make it this far either. I walked around this damn place for ages and it was right here this whole time. Maybe he's the other tester we heard about. And here's the next set of instructions. It's almost like he's watching us. Normally I would assume the same, but I imagine at least one of us would have noticed them if they were tracking us by hand. I think we are receiving these messages automatically based on our sci-fi location data. I didn't know you could do that. Was this something his helper worked on maybe? That makes sense. Not a lot to think about once this is done, but that can wait. Let's look at this next message real quick. HQ to Spriggan. The hacker's long gone from this area, unfortunately. We've picked up another trail elsewhere in the artisanal district though. Investigate the bat's roost. Yeah, go fig. Of course there's more to it than that. And talk about cryptic. The hell's a bat? All caps. Ordinarily, I would assume the mammal. But given how it's written, I imagine it's alluding to something else. And at any rate, we didn't encounter any bats in the mine, if memory serves. I feel like I've seen these letters somewhere else in the city. I just can't remember where. The roost part makes me think there's someplace they all come back to, or that they are normally out and about. Keep your eyes peeled for anything that fits that description. This one sounds more specific. Gott sei Dank gibt's grüne Dreiecke. Well, this is the Aerotram station. And I think we've struck gold here. Ah, right, that does make sense. BAD is an acronym for the Basel Aerotram. Oh, now I get it. They all stop to roost here. And boom, there's the next message. HQ to Spriggan, the hacker has made their way toward Newtown. Board the tram and pursue them. Straightforward enough, this one. Yeah, let's hop on. This does offer an exceptional view, especially from here. Oh, I see a familiar face took the tram just before us. Let's see here. Well, if it ain't the Aramis kid we bumped into earlier. He's been one step ahead of us this whole time. I feel like I'm too slow. Man, I remember when I was all held up about beating people to the punch like that. Youth, huh? Well, wait, you're still young, aren't you? It looks like they've already made their move. Looks like it. So now what? HQ to Spriggan. We found new traces of the hacker. Disregard the kitty for now. Your target is C-Cat number 1. C-Cat 1? I don't get it. Well, they said to disregard the kitty, so it might help to write it out on paper. Would it really? I don't see how. I got a pretty good idea of where the objective is. I can see it on that sign over there. Let's head on over and take a look. Cat, huh? But what do cats have to do with the OrbitNet? Oh.
It's so convenient nowadays.
Der Student wird auf jeden Fall keine gute Zeit haben, wenn Kitty bemerkt, was er nicht im Hotel ist. And here we are. C-Cat number 1 minus the cat, a C1 racer. Oh, I get it. Take the cat out of C-Cat and you get a C1. Our next message should be arriving shortly. Yep, stay sharp, gang. Well, that was anticlimactic. Let's see here. Yo, you in the game too? Yeah, guess so. Didn't know there were other people doing this. HQ to Spriggan. The hacker got away. But their tracks are fresh. They should still be nearby. Head to coordinate marker WX-BC. Well, what the hell is this? Doesn't make a lick of sense. But I really don't want to lose to these guys. Gotta think this one over. Well, I'm heading out. Catch you later. Have fun. Best of luck out there. Let's try and figure this one out. I suspect that we need to fill in the square marks with letters. Once we complete the sequence, the phrase will come together. Yeah. And once we have the full phrase, the rest is a cakewalk from there. Let's follow the code and see what we find.
Very well. Understood.
Right.
And take them out for test drives.
So, first floor's Vern Arms, second is Vern Store. And the building itself is Vern Plaza. Vern Arms or VA. That lines up with the code. This is making my head spin. We did crack this code quickly. That bodes well for us. Would you look at that? Another message. P.S. From the engineer. A pair of CCF goggles will spell your way. CCF goggles can be found at the Vern store, if memory serves. Didn't CCF come up earlier? Yes, CCF is the Liberal Kingdom's principal engineering company. They were notable for building the first orbital airships. So now we got Liberalian goods in the picture. That really makes me think it's her. Anyhow, let's go get those goggles.
Do you know what you want?
Ich will viel Geld. Himmel, Herrgott. Oh, Gott. Gott. Ich werde nie genug Geld dafür haben.
I hope to see you again.
Yeah, quick question. You guys stock CCF goggles? We sure do. Here's a pair for ya. Obtain CCF goggles. They will spell your way, the riddle said. They're writing on them. I don't see anything on the frame, so... Oh, the lens perhaps? Oh, I see the words. Await the arrow tram. The bench will beckon. Guess we just gotta follow the breadcrumbs now. The arrow tram is just up the stairs. Let us make haste. VA, VA. They don't mean worm arms, do they? What else could it be? Ah, I hate this puzzle shit. I don't get these riddles at all. Oh, looks like we're a step ahead this time. We did it. Now all we have to do is head for the bench. Roger, roger. Well, if it ain't the student council press. Figured you had a hand in this.
You caught me. Good evening, Spriggan.
What? Ren, why are you here? I'm glad I at least caught someone by surprise. It's more fun that way. So, how'd you get roped into all of this? Well, I happen to know the Game Master through the net, you see. He'd been putting out all these fascinating riddles online. I figured I might as well reach out to him. We got in touch and eventually came up with the idea of this game. And what better setting for a cyber-themed story than Basel? I even got to try out this new mail API that I'd been tinkering with. I learned quite a lot from this little exercise. Do you just know everyone ever? Jeez. I did learn about your hacking exploits as Kitty through MK's database. But I didn't realize your talent spanned far more than just security. Thank you. I still have much to learn, of course. Oh, there he is now. Must have fell behind somewhere. Huh? I was wondering why you were here. It was just an excuse to work with that Percy guy, wasn't it? This is all just stupid. This council president broke our own curfew for this shit. Oh, don't single me out, you meanie. I just so happened to hear from someone about a bored-looking Aramis student wandering around the city past curfew. Imagine my shock upon learning it was none other than you. So, James, did you have fun being a naughty little boy? Barely felt a thing. All that effort for a dud of a game? Oh? Could have sworn I heard you racking your brain a bit at some of those riddles there. Okay, fine. They did make me think a little. Kinda. That's excellent news. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear it. Wait, so did you really make that auto-send API thing for the emails? Like, you made that from scratch? How the hell are you even real? No wonder Ronald and I don't measure up. Well, fine, I admit it. You're pretty damn good. Oh, thanks. But flattery will get you nowhere, mister. Oh, and would you mind keeping tonight our little secret? I'm not sure what I'd say if, as you mentioned, everyone found out I was breaking my own rules. Sure, just as long as you keep me a secret too. I'm not privy to the specifics here, but it looks like they've worked things out. Yeah, just kids being kids. Ronald, eh? Oh, he's the older brain cell in James' group. At least things have settled down now. Percy shortly arrived on the scene, and the participants gave him their impressions of the game. Well, good work everyone, and thank you for the rave reviews. I owe a special shout out to Ren. Without her, none of this would have been possible. Oh, think nothing of it. Thank you for having me. If you ever get the idea for some other game, do let me know. You got it. Thanks a bunch. Man, I never thought my online friend would be a high schooler. You're really something special. I mean, how the heck did you learn so much about the orbital net at your age? I feel like you're gonna leave me behind if I am not careful. I gotta branch out and level up my programming skills. Best of luck with that, pal. Gotta say, this was all pretty fun, so I'd be down to try whatever you come up with next. Thank you. I still have a lot of kinks to iron out, for sure. But I might be able to go public soon. almost ready for average Joes and chains, I think. Now, here's a little prize for you guys, since you got here first and all. Again, thank you so much for participating. Look forward to the next game. With the game wrapped up, Percy excused himself to mull over his feedback. And Ren and James snuck back into the hotel for the night.
Well done, everyone.
Reward deposited.
Ein bisschen Kleingeld, was mir nicht mal eine Waffe beschafft. Ja, wir nehmen erstmal mit, was wir kriegen können an Equipment. Vorrangige Rüstungen. Das ist ein weitaus größeres Upgrade als die Waffen.
Know what you want?
Ich will Rüstungen. Die hier. So, jetzt habe ich noch genug für eine Waffe. Eine. Das sind 24, 23, 25. Das ist gut, alles dasselbe. Bohren wir gleich noch auf. Irgendwas zum Verticken. Das ist mindestens. Das bringt nicht noch für eine. Auf 5, da kriege ich noch eine Waffe. Hier noch die von Van.
I hope to see you again.
Gut. Wo ist der Ausgang? Canyon.
The Aerotram's just awesome.
Yep. Will this area do the trick?
Yes, it should be perfect.
What's that?
Parabolic shards expanded, initiating satellite communications.
Oh? What is that? The Starlink. Again. Some of our research was supposedly used in making it too. What is it, Theo? Didn't just imagine that, did I? Low-altitude communication satellite flying 900 sails off the ground under the Sea of Stars. One of the many cutting-edge orbits you guys are operating in secret, huh?
Indeed. Vern aided in its development, and the president of Calvert has given its use his tacit approval. As long as we continue reporting data on its usage, admittedly.
Sounds like him, alright. So this is how you report to HQ without the risk of anyone listening in?
That's correct. I don't believe communicating using Basel's orbital network to be safe at this point in time. As a Code E matter, the main AI in our headquarters will begin analysis and threat level determination as soon as it has received the proper data.
This makes things easy just having a computer do everything for you.
And reset.
There's two sides to every coin, as the saying goes. But you ain't the only one whose tech level is off the charts. Heh, it's not even tech, it goes for martial arts, magic and the like too. The Genesis and Armada aren't much different. But whether something's above board or not, it all comes down to how you choose to grapple with it. You should try and keep that in mind.
We are all like flames given life by the goddess, but it is we who determine how we shine. I'll give what you're saying some thought, together with all of you.
That's good enough for me. You don't mind me telling the other two all that's happened here, by the way?
By all means. Whether it's permitted under our company rules is a gray area, But that is the Arkwright Solutions way, isn't it?
Look at that. Seems I can stop rubbing off on people.
So I've noticed.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry for bothering you so late. I thought you would be in for the night by now.
Oh, you. Wait. You may have seen the satellite from the observatory, yes? I was just calling to ask for your help with something. So, over at the Institute not too long ago, we... Got it. We are meeting at the main gate, right? We'll be there in 20. We'll have to let Aaron know, too.
The preparations are coming along nicely. This is going to be fun. Much as I wish we didn't have to leave most of the execution to that filthy worm.
He is an overseer much like myself. I am sure he will play his role perfectly. Just take care not to let the window of opportunity pass you by.
Who do you think you're talking to, puppeteer? As if I would fail.
This battlefield will soon be an essential part of the preparations for our endgame. I will be looking forward to seeing what you can do as well, Golden One.
I shall do whatever my contract asks of me. Farewell for now.
There you are. I'm glad you all came.
Yep. Hey there. Wait a sec. Haven't we met this chick? That's right. Earlier today.
Oh, I remember you too.
I wasn't aware that you had already met. This is Associate Professor Esmeralda, another one of Professor Hamilton's students.
That's me! My full name is Esmeralda Archette. What a surprise! So you are the problem solvers I've heard so much about. And one of you is just too adorable!
Please, Essie, this isn't the time for that. I did tell her to go home, but she insisted on staying to help us.
Why must you be so cold, Katra? I could never abandon my little brother in his moment of need.
Little brother? We're just students under the same professor.
What do you mean, just? Here's what you get for being so mean. Come here!
Stop that, please!
Man, think we could swap bodies for a sec, kiddo. Well, the more people familiar with this place that we have to show us around, the better. The bigger our group, the higher our chances of finding this intruder we're here for. That's true. I didn't see them directly, just to be clear. But Theo's sensors detected an unregistered individual entering the building. So they didn't use that stupid card to get in there? Also worth considering that the security system used here is too advanced for just anyone to be able to slip through. I would consider that this could be Theo's sensors malfunctioning, but as it is a drone based on sci-fi technology, I very much doubt it. The reading is correct, I am sure. Well, let's see what we can do. We might find ourselves stumbling on clues we couldn't find earlier today, if we are lucky. We're taking you two with us, but just be careful, okay? We'll be fine. We have Theo and Cirrus with us, after all. Let's get to work. Engaging search mode. Wouldn't kill us to be more tense here. The Institute is so moody at this time of night. Oh? Feeling scared? Of course not. A Kruger warrior would never be afraid of something like ghosts. I'm not remembering all the ghost stories I heard at school or anything. That would be silly. Alright, alright. Small quantity of residual shards detected. Shards? Here? So someone used their sci-fi here. Let's have a quick look around just in case.
That dining hall's a bit suspect, but first things first.
Cafeteria is empty, huh? Phew, I can't sense anyone here either. By the way, was that green-haired girl the only one left in the building when we got here? Apart from our intruder? Not quite. Professor Cronkite already returned home for the day, so he won't be here. But there are also several security guards, along with Professor Callahan and his assistants. I tried calling out to them from the other side of the door, but they were too focused on their work to notice. No surprises there, I guess. Well, let's just put them out of our minds for the time being. Professor Hamilton's students sure are an athletic bunch, huh? You included. I want to hear that from you. Still, I think that just goes to show how open-minded she is. She doesn't care about race, upbringing, or anything other than finding the good in everyone, then working to better bring it out. Everyone knows her as the mother of the Orbital Revolution, but even to this day, she's striving to develop technology to help those in need. On top of that, she's kind, considerate. I've never met anyone like her. She sounds amazing. She was the one responsible for reviving and expediting Barbet's Oasis too, wasn't she? I can really tell just how much you respect her. I could never not respect her. This feels like... So, the house we visited earlier today is where Mr. Salesian and Professor Hamilton lived then. That's right, Professor took him in 9 years ago and he's been living with her since. The two of them, along with me and Professor Cronkite, are like a family now. But that's why people call him her favorite. She left the country 2.5 years ago, however. That's right. He puts on a brave face, but he misses her so much. She's off trying to solve the problems in the East, so there's no telling when she's going to be back. The story about closing down the observatory seemed to come about because of me and Professor Cronkite too. But he never confided in us. Instead, he tried to fix the problem all on his own. And Professor Cronkite's really busy at the moment, so he can't be around very much. I just wish I could pick up the slack and support Quadre like a real big sister should. Kiddo's got a pattern, huh? He was trying to sort out that problem down in the mine alone too. But he's at the kinda age when kids wanna act older than they are. Better to just leave him be if you ask me. Perhaps you're right. But being there for one another is what families need. I'm a little envious, to be honest. Oh? Did you find something, Cirrus? Guess we better give it a look. We sure didn't find anything downstairs though, so I'm not getting my hopes up. I agree. Let's see if we can find anything.
This robo-money.
See? Nothing here. Well, that's strange. The door's ajar. Did it just open by itself? No, that doesn't. Where are you going, Cirrus? What is it, Cirrus? There. Wait, what's that? Whoever they are, they ain't just using stealth shards. They appear to be combining them with something else. Theo, we are going after them. Understood. We are going to... Wait for me! Heat signature detected. Cirrus.
Wait! I surrender! I surrender!
CID lady. A woman? She looks kind of familiar. And there was me thinking it'd be the kinky cat or someone from the mafia. And, huh? Who's that? She must not be a member of the faculty then. Man, it did cross my mind it might be you, but I wouldn't have put Mira on it. This here's one of Kincaid's subordinates. I don't think I ever caught your name. Oh? So it's the desk jockey's gopher, huh?
You watch what you're calling me.
Is this an acquaintance of yours?
I was hoping not to make contact with you while I was here, but I see I underestimated just how friendly you would get with the faculty here in less than 24 hours. I did hear you had a way of conning everyone you meet into liking you, Arkwright, but you work fast.
I ain't conning anyone. I'm just that likable. Also, if you're gonna try to burn someone, maybe try doing it when you're not pinned under a door.
You think I'm enjoying this? Just get it off me!
I can't eat another bite of Engadine. Looks like you guys did the rounds. We sure did. Though we may have overdid it a tad for it being our first day. But now I have a better idea of just what is happening in the city. You do?
My name's Kayla McMillan. That's my real name, for what it's worth. I'm a second lieutenant in the CID, and I'd prefer it if that and all we discuss are kept off the record.
I thought you were here on a job from Elsheim. So the CID is also involved then? Yeah, we knew that CEO might try to hide stuff from us, so we kept one of our clients a secret. We just didn't expect one of their guys to use a mix of sci-fi and Ramda stuff to sneak in here. I apologize for the trouble I ended up causing. My intention was to investigate, so we had a backup in the event you didn't succeed. I never expected to be found. Clearly, I shouldn't have underestimated the Institute of Science technological prowess. Theo is cool? Of course, very cool. I don't get it. Why sneak in here at all? You couldn't just let us do our thing? I assume she concluded that the current situation was too serious not to do anything. That about the long and the short of it. The current state of the orbital network and distribution network is definitely a problem. I had them go down on me the other day too. We managed to get things running again, but it was still a big hassle. But just why is this happening at all? There's only one possibility that I can propose. That would be unusually intensive parallel distributed computing. I'm no expert in the field, but that's all that comes to mind for me too. Then we are of the same mind. I'm totally lost. Yeah, the hell are you guys talking about? Orbital computers have been getting bigger and faster over the past few years. And the bigger they get, the more orbital energy they consume. In short, yes. The larger and more complex the tasks you require of them, the more power they will consume. Orbments regenerate orbital energy over time and don't generally need an external power source. That changes, however, when the amount of energy consumed vastly exceeds the orbment's ability to generate it. Yet, if the orbital distribution network that serves as the external source is also heavily taxed, that leads to a temporary decrease in the amount of energy available and a spike in the amount of orbital network traffic. That theory alone would be enough to explain the issues you're here to investigate. Does parallel distributed computing really consume that much orbital energy? It's when you borrow the processing power of multiple computers through the net to do greater calculations, right? I'm impressed you know about such cutting-edge tech. Now, connecting a few terminals isn't going to consume much energy at all. But what do you think would happen if one were to connect all the terminals in the city? And do you think hacking is behind it? The flow of the orbital distribution network looks to me like it's being manipulated. If you intentionally adjust its flow on an erratic schedule, you can make it seem like issues are occurring at random. You might even call doing just that my specialty, but I find this here to be a distastefully crafty way of going about it. Still, while it's possible on paper, I can't imagine parallel distributed computing taking place on such a vast scale. As for controlling the orbital distribution network itself, that's simply unimaginable with current technology. We still don't know all there is about orbital energy and how it works. Oh, but wait. Yeah, a situation mirroring that unimaginable scenario happened not all that long ago. It was around the most recent occupation of Prosper. There were miracles and calamities born from large-scale distributed processing that should have been impossible with our current tech. So impossible that I never thought the same could happen here on the Republic, even if this is on a smaller scale. Indeed, we analyzed that situation ourselves at Marduk and reached the same conclusion about what happened. We said, it confirms it then. He finally clues us in. I've heard some about what went down in Crossbell, but if this is the same as that, well, that spells trouble for us. Right. This isn't the first time we've run into something connected to the whole incident either. Don't know if they are deliberately setting out to replicate Crossbell's deal, but there's one thing we need to get cleared up right off the bat. We've gotta assume someone's out there trying to do research they shouldn't that can only be done with parallel distributed computing. So the question becomes, who is it? What's the point in asking a question with only one clear answer? Professor Callahan. Just what does he think he's doing? He's changed a ton over the past few years, but I didn't think he was up to something of this magnitude. This number belongs to...
Is that you, Salesian?
Professor Callahan, what's wrong, sir?
I'm so sorry. I screwed up. Please, stop this. They want my...
War mal ein Professor. Professor? Professor Callahan! What just happened? He's in the special research building, right? We must hurry. What? Damn. Professor? Where are you, Professor? Start to decode. Just what is going on here? Professor Callahan has gone missing, and you are here with some evidence that he's been abusing his power? Even the police and guild have barged into the institute wanting to question me. You people have been here for a day. A day! Are you some sort of plague being brought down upon us? It's not their fault. This is Professor Callahan's problem. No, it's all of our problem. Quatre. Don't act like you didn't know about assistants being harassed left and right. Just what did you want me to do about it in my position? It's not my place to say anything about his research. I'm sure that is one of the difficult things about being a joint venture group funded by multiple investors. But I also imagine the benefits outweigh the difficulties. Anyone could see that the professor was on a rampage, and the problems with the Orbital network and its distribution are just as clear. Let me just shoot straight with you. Was that professor linked to any strange groups? You know, like the Mafia or anything. I'd like to believe that he wasn't, but I can't say for sure. Pretty normal for the Institute of Science and Verne Company to accept outside funding. In other words, the ground is fertile for corruption. And I can write off the possibility with all those new terminals he suddenly had on him. Stop this pointless conjecture. You have no evidence. If rumors like this were to leak to the public during such a crucial time, how about acting like a leader for once in your damn life? These youngsters were hired so the police and the guild wouldn't have to get involved. And while we sit here scrambling for answers, who knows what Professor Callahan is up to? Tell me, is there ever going to be a better time than now to step up as CEO, Bill? Supervisor. Fine. I'll tell you everything I know. But please, keep this just between us. Of course, our team always keeps matters like this confidential. We are contracted with one of your biggest shareholders, the Principality of Alzheimer. We have nothing to gain from hurting your image, and everything to gain from earning some brownie points with Verne. Professor Callahan first began to change around a year or two ago. We'd received a request from the Republican Army to develop the next generation of weapons, something he excelled in. But when the time came to propose ideas, he lost in his own field. Professor Cronkite's was accepted. I knew that was it. Ever since, he's been doing research on his own like a man possessed. I don't know what it is he started researching, but whatever it is, it required an immense amount of capital and manpower. There came a point where he started seeking out every sponsor he could. Then, half a year ago, I heard a place called the Anchorville Company offered an unprecedented amount of money. That name. So it got caught in your information network too, hey? Don't tell me this is the same thing as in Langport. Indeed, the Anchorville Company, much like the Mazeldam Trading Company, is also one of their shell corporations. Who are we talking about? A certain mafia. They are called Armada, and they are on both the guild and the police's radars. What? Professor Callahan was involved with people like that? I've heard the rumors. Been expanding their territory an awful lot of late. Just how the hell could you have overlooked something like this? It's not my fault. I only got the info the other day. And what else could I do? Do you know what could happen to me if I put a pause on research for the Mafia? Think about the poor assistants who ended up helping them without even realizing it. So, after losing it against the genius professor, he started focusing entirely on his own research. My bet's that he's sticking to his same field of expertise. And if the Mafia has invested massive funds into his work, I have a bad feeling about this. A really bad feeling. The network delay that dropped down to 0.35% has gotten worse again as of this morning too. That makes it highly possible that he's continuing his research in another location. But just where on earth could that be? Sounds like we got a good old-fashioned manhunt on our hands. We're gonna be combing through this place way more than what we did yesterday. I take it there are no objections. I don't like it, but I know it must be done. Better give our cards the proper ranks then. Fine, give me your cards. Rank B, the certification level you mentioned. That one almost never gets issued. I'm not trying to bitch, but may as well just give us rank A at this point. Don't ask for the impossible. Besides, we'll be able to get around much better than we could yesterday with these. Let's get to work. Time to get one over the Mafia.
I have a favor to ask. If at all possible, do you think I could accompany you?
Oh?
As Professor Hamilton's student, this situation with Professor Callahan isn't entirely unrelated to me, and I very much consider it my job to do something about it in her stead. Please, let me come with you.
What way? It's fine with me. But just to give you a heads up, our work takes priority. That means you're gonna be taking along while we take care of business. That gonna be a problem? I mean like yesterday? It's fine. I wouldn't even mind helping out if there's anything I can do. Well, we're counting on you guys. I'll reach out to my contacts and see what I can dig up while you're at it. And just don't do anything too crazy, okay, Quadre? Don't worry so much, Essie. I'm in good company. But whatever it takes, I'm determined to set things right while she's not here to do it herself. I know. I'll start talking to any dealers who supplied Professor Callahan with parts. If I hear anything back, I'll let you know. Take good care of the boy. Yeah, you got it. By the way, Agnes, it glowed last night, didn't it? It did, yes. Most likely at the same time as when Professor Callahan's final transmission went out. We're getting close then. Yes. The last time the Genesis glowed like that was... what are you talking about? What's the Genesis? Diese Spielekonsole. Aus den 90ern. Ah, don't worry about it. Work stuff. I'm sure we'll fill you in eventually. I hope you don't mind, Quadre. If you say so, it must be something that could take a while to explain. So, where should we start? If possible, I'd like to first speak to Yang. You would better know him as Professor Cronkite. The guy our missing professor had beef with, right? Yeah, I bet he'd know a thing or two about his research. Sounds good to me. Plus, I think it's about time we have a little talk with yesterday's client. The anonymous one? Not so anonymous to us at this point. Come on, let's settle the score. So we'll be making the rounds through Newtown and the artisanal district before heading to the Institute of Science. That sounds perfect. Then may day 2 of our work begin. Quadre joined the party. Yep. Aber Tag 2 fängt erst am Samstag an, denn für heute ist hier Schluss.